Okay, so the party is in Tegradoth. Oh, you know what? I should probably open up that map just to get a feel. Here in the world of Astralanor, in the quadrant that we find our Stormfall group in. Let's try that again, Dan. Maybe you actually click the button this time. Okay. Here we are with Tegradoth. Currently our party is sort of right up here in this business. They arrived at Thunder. Oh, you bugger. Come on, map. It just scrolled in one on me for no good reason. Alright, there we go. So they arrived here at Thunder Bay Wharf and headed up to the city. Well, I don't know. They're sort of all around. But here is the continent of Tegradoth. I just need to resize this map. That's what's going on. It's not fitting in the video capture for the window capture for viewers. Right. Okay, that'll have to do. Still doesn't want to make captures off. Whatever. So they find themselves up here, just sort of trying to discover more of what Rykari's plans are in gathering these Dragonborn. Members of these Dragonborn tribes. Jeez, look at all these directions and arrows on here. You really have been all over the place, huh? I think the only continent that you haven't been to yet is Winya and Dor. Well, Caitlin's been there.
Had to expand the map.
I know, no kidding, right? They find themselves up here in the Arctic region of Tegradoth. And yeah, as I mentioned, they're trying to deal with Rykari. They found out a little bit of information. It seems more like he's more so than trying to recruit individuals. He's or they're using some sort of almost like religion in an attempt to do so. So maybe they are trying to recruit, maybe they're not, but it seems to reference some sort of other deity to follow that will pull these Dragonborn clans from the destitution that they're in now. They lack lands, they lack materials needed to live, food and everything else. Oh, hey, thank you, Kim. Yay for the raid. Woo. And they've been this way for a little over 100 years. And so a lot of these Dragonborn seem to be following under his banner, serving this, breaking away from Bahamut and serving a new deity, and serving, following Rykari. So the party's trying to figure out what to do. Rykari's building an assault. Some, I forget what it was, 200 something strong, I believe, against the Nair Kalar, which has 214 clans people up there, but heavily fortified. They're trying to sort out whether or not they should go back and pass this information along in person or via some other method, or try and assist. And that's where they are. They're sort of out in the open in the snowfields. In Tegradoth, alone with themselves and their thoughts and their decisions. And with that, we'll just drop that into your laps, everyone.
Wow, thanks, Dan. All right, so did we get to the point that we were wanting to, we were going to go, where we had to, either go one way or the other? Have we reached that point yet, or were we just leaving?
I think that you were originally traveling up northwest up towards all the business up there, right? Kari's camp thing, but you only got a day and a half in before Archivist Delorna had quickly jumped back and reported the numbers and the camp layout of Rykari's forces. And so you're probably sort of smack in the middle of that continent off to the right-hand side, up the coast there, just you can go either way. It's probably equidistant back to the wharf or up to these other things. Rykari and the keep. And the clan's town.
Sorry, Sam's killing me in chat. Okay, cool. So we're just kind of like in an area. We're just kind of stopping.
Yeah, I think that it was morning time, and Delorna and the other two wizards vamped in. So you have camp set up still. Oh, right, the snow was really heavy, but cleared up after a soft prayer from... Oh, yep. Nice for Caitlin. Or Divine. I can't remember who it was from, actually. Who did the prayer? Anyway. Galathor. It was Galathor.
No, I was going to say it wasn't Caitlin.
Yeah, and he rolled so on the percentile dice that it actually affected the weather.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. I must have been deep in thinking at the end of the last episode.
Nice.
Was it Galathor or was it Emil? I remember rolling percentile dice.
Oh, it was Emil.
And I rolled like a 6 on percentile dice.
Yes, it was you. Oh, that's extra amazing. Yes.
Oh, praise now.
Yes. Yep, it was Emil. And there was a response because of the roll. Oh, yeah. Because it was snowing fairly, moderately heavily. And that cleared it up. And the sun came. It's still chilly, of course, but it's cleared up and there was a response. Caitlin, of course... Your book fell out of your pocket there as you were doing something at the end, and you realized that you had at one point drawn a little sheet-covered like halfling form, and written behind it, out of darkness into the light, out of darkness into the light, like over and over. Like, I don't remember. It was your handwriting. You just don't remember. Yeah.
Can we add Mariah, please?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Thank you. That is great timing. We'll get her right in here. And... boop. There we go. There's the boop again. Beth, watch out. I'm so sorry. I've always had to... Well, not had to, but I've always added sound effects to things because it feels like it just makes things better.
I bet.
Works out for me, not everyone around me, though. They don't seem to appreciate it as much. It's weird. Hey, Mariah. All right, so in that case, I'll let you get underway. Delorna has reported the camp and everything. And, gosh, where are my notes at, yo? What's your name here?
I think Rain and I had just finished our visitation with the ghost.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's right.
Right. Yes. Oh, that was so freaky. Okay, yep.
Who was not a Dracolich.
Yeah.
That we know of.
Nice. Oh, awesome.
Little baby Dracolich.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, it is under a blanket. You don't know.
Surprise!
Bam.
So did you say Delorna's there now, Dan, or did she just tell up? Okay.
Yeah, she's here. They can do some fast travel with just the four of them. I think there's 3 wizards from Tensor and her, and they have the means to do fast travel with that small group.
Well, let's go finish breakfast and meet Delorna then.
Is your breakfast set up?
I think we were kind of pre or during breakfast when when Rain saw the ghost.
Okay, yep. All right. So as of course Emil and Rain are off having that experience with the ghost, sort of hearing it but not quite being able to make out what it's saying. Little tiny humanoid form, akin to like a child or a goblin or a halfling, with just a sheet covering its form and showing its some of its features. After finally getting close enough, it disappeared, but then reappeared behind them upside down. And oh gosh, what terrible thing did it say?
He wants me.
Ah, thank you. Yes, he wants me. And then was obscured by snow, and then gone. Whoo. Okay.
I believe he also claimed he is coming.
Yeah, oh, right. Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh.
Did anyone notice them kind of going off to see that, Dan? He definitely walked away from people to see this.
Probably not. You know what?
Okay.
I'll use passive
Fine.
perception. What's your passive perception?
Let me pull up her sheet.
Okay.
It's fine. I don't think it's very high. It was 16?
Probably not, only because of how stormy it is. Unless, Amelia
Okay,
Rain
that's fine. Nope, that's good.
want to be noticed. Okay. But of course, now that the snow's cleared up and everything, you'll see them returning. And Aaron, when you were flying up in the sky looking about but didn't spot anything from here.
Yeah, so she'll fly back down and kind of join the group, but not say anything.
Okay.
So what are we having, Dan? What's at the table?
Oh,
Is it
my goodness.
sausages? What?
Supplies are getting a little...
Nothing fancy.
Wait, can't someone here... oh, no, that was Emersina. No, supplies are getting kind of low, so it's become sort of a...
The cleric can create food and water.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
have it ready.
one cleric can.
Yeah, Rain can.
I gotcha. Yes, it's looking like...
I mean, if anybody has it, why isn't anything working? Come on. No, I don't want combat. I want to see.
It's effectively gruel and some like flatbreads that don't really go... I mean, they're stale, but they're not, like, bad.
Well, let's get news from Delorna, and maybe Delorna brought food, because, well, okay, Delorna doesn't eat. That may not have been the right person to hope remembered to bring food.
Is Delorna around the table, Dan? Is she, like, nearby?
You know what? As you're assessing breakfast, Delorna and Tara step out of one of the larger tents set up, perhaps coming out of a meeting, and approach around the cauldron, heating up the, oatmeal.
Directed to Delorna, Kaylin will. So how does things look? How do things look?
I'm afraid they do not bode well. The number of forces Rykari has at their side are larger than calculated. But the number of forces in Nerkalar are only slightly less, and they are well fortified.
So you suggest going there?
She turns to Tara and then back to you. We're just discussing what our ultimate goal is here. Whether to simply discover Rykari's purpose, or to defend these Dragonborn. Well, that's certainly not what we set out for.
Well, we're hardly an army.
Yes, that is my stand. She kind of looks over to Tara. And Tara continues. Yes, well, I also don't think that we should rush in or participate. I do feel it's important to let those in power know. Those that perhaps have better means to assist. I believe the keep will likely, if it's a standard assault, would likely hold, given its defenses. If it's, I don't know what this particular individual can do, Rykari. So that does leave me with some concern, but I think reporting with our standing with someone in better position, the higher-ups in Tensor University and perhaps within Calais, I'm sure they would love... And you can see a little bit of kind of disgust as she is saying it out loud. I'm sure they would love the opportunity to be owed something by the Dragonborn of that clan.
But if by the time that they would get here, though, he would have already amassed an army, and we wouldn't be able to save any Dragonborn, right?
It depends on our method of... That's the impasse that we're at. We want to report, but we're worried that that course of action will lead to the fall of, or at least the loss of lives. We don't know exactly what, after seeing that other village, what means have been employed to recruit these other Dragonborn. Perhaps they're innocent in this. It's complex.
Yes, it is.
If only we knew someone who was, a head of state who could raise the country's army.
You're saying that like you know someone.
Don't we?
I don't know.
Don't we know somebody at this very fire? Not quite a head of state, but member of a ruling council?
I don't know how I would get in contact with them.
I don't know how any of this works. If it's gonna come to armies, then I would think we need an army. I don't necessarily mean that we would have it or that we would control it, but another army would have to come to the rescue here.
Wasn't the whole point of us going to the capital to get this army?
Delorna replies, in some sense. We wanted to ensure that what happened with our mutual friend, actually it's just the wizards that would be in the know, the Runekeeper, would not happen again, and that it would not be a threat to Tensor or Calais.
So what if we just cut across the land, got a few days ahead of them, and gathered the Dragonborn so he can't take them, and herded, if you will, everyone to the capital, build our own army?
Aren't they already closer than we are?
Yes. In fact, there's only one clan left, a small clan, between them and the capital.
It's on the way. It's on the way.
That would have been nice to know in the first place, but, no one has told us anything about that. How many clans have gone through?
We don't know.
Aaronwin is not happy.
Nice. Yeah. Yes, we don't know the true number of clans. Just the number of soldiers they've recruited at this point. I think that, and Tara will jump back in. I think that Emil makes a good point in that, aside from gathering an army, even if the capital falls, where will they head next? Where will Rykari head next? Even if we cannot save the capital, though I hope we can, it may take an army to stop them from moving on to whatever their next target is.
Weren't we sure that they were going to the capital to, get everyone? Wasn't that their whole point of coming
Yes.
to this land in the first place? So why is there any doubt?
Not doubt, simply if they defeat the capital, what then? At that
We're
point,
already planning a backup plan.
Well, if they defeat the capital, then we're all dead.
we would need an army to keep them from going elsewhere. To Calais or to another continent. I think we should let the heads of all kingdoms know the state of things here. This is becoming a worldwide concern.
I can try to reach out to someone on the High Council in Cabourn, but I'm not sure. They don't have, I mean, the last we were there, they didn't have a transportation circle there, so there's not even, dear God, it would take them days to get here. We should have came in with a better plan.
I don't think we expected them to already have an army.
Yes.
I'll do what I can.
Well,
Thank you.
at least let them know. And then they can let other people know and the word can spread.
I will spend the morning sending messages to those councils that I am familiar with. Delorna also. Yes, I will as well. I will contact Ephron, those on Ephron. And Tara agrees to tackle Calais.
Mortimer, do you think you could maybe message send to someone for me?
Sure. Let's see. I just want to check. Sending. What's the requirements on? Which I am familiar. So if I am familiar with that person, I can certainly message them.
I mean, if anything, we can at least possibly. I don't know if it'd be better to let Brewer know and have him relay the message. I mean, they do know that he's associated with our group, so that might be the best, and at least that way he would know too.
I suppose he could be seen as a retainer of your house.
Yes. And the council's familiar with him, so. I'm just not sure I trust one individual there. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and do that, Mortimer. When
Okay.
you're ready. Please, if you need to eat something, sure.
I think I should be okay. Let me just think of. Well, I'll nosh a little bit while I think of my message to Brewer.
Sure.
All right.
Frayne,
Hmm?
that ghost isn't still around, is it?
I look around. Do I see it?
You do not.
Mm-mm.
So I'm sure it's nothing to do with our larger quest here, but
Mm.
we happened upon an undead spirit this morning that we've seen before, and it gave us a message of sorts that he wanted the undead and he was coming. I thought maybe those wiser and more learned than us might be able to surmise a bit as to what that might mean, especially in relation to this deity of death eternal that we seem to be running across.
Wait, the ghost is coming, or the ghost said that he's coming?
He is coming, not the ghost. The ghost was, I believe, afraid. I mean, hopefully it's unrelated, but often these things are not, right? And I'll look at Delorna when I say that.
She'll give a crystal face nod.
Kaylin will pull out her journal and just kind of fold it back to the back page with the sketch and put it on the table to where everyone can see it. I drew that, but I don't remember drawing it. I was just looking in the back here, and you'll see also where there's a bunch of like torn, like she had torn a bunch of pages out of the back. Well, you wouldn't know recently, but and then it's that drawing. I was just writing in the back of this book, and it wasn't there yesterday, but it was there this morning. And on it, if you didn't catch, it's a ghost. You said a ghost figure, Dan, with like looks like a sheet over it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like halfling
just some
size.
vaguely humanoid features with the shadowing and stuff.
And then written on it is like in Kaylin's hand, consistently, like over and over, is out of the darkness and into the light.
Rain is gonna get a good look at it to see if, and she's gonna bring out her sketchbook / journal that she's been writing in, that they've been writing in, and compare Kaylin's drawing to their drawing. Does it look like anything? Because Rain seen the little spirit that she, I said that they would have, while intensely looking at it, just ferociously try to draw what they saw.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think that the two of you looking at each, you would notice it looks very, very, very similar.
This is what Emil and I saw, and I'm going to put my journal / sketch on the table.
Oh, it looks kind of similar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I haven't seen any ghosts the past few days. Not since we came out here.
I believe this ghost has been following us since maybe as far back as Blackrock Landing. Well, maybe not following. I've just seen it multiple times. I don't know who it is or how it relates to us, but I don't think it's ever done us any harm.
Does the phrase mean out of the darkness into the light? Has that been said anything from the ghost with you two?
Today was the first time we were able to hear anything from it, at least for me. I don't know, maybe Rain House, but...
Okay. Weird. Okay. She'll take her journal and put it back in her bag. I'll let you know if I draw something else I don't remember.
Are you sure you drew it?
It's my handwriting. I mean, I don't remember at all anything. I was writing in it yesterday, but I do recognize my handwriting.
I'm going to ask a really insensitive question. Is it possible that you were just very drunk when you drew it? I know you've taken to whiskey a bit more lately.
No, I haven't drank any whiskey the past 2 days.
My apologies. I knew it was an insensitive question. I just wanted to make sure, because we're at a table of strangers, somebody else was thinking of. I thought you would prefer the question to come from a friend.
for sure.
I think beyond just the whole nature of this being a march of armies and turning into a war, we're just coming upon more mysteries and more questions that can't be answered, and Emil kind of gestures around them in a barren field of snow.
Yeah. I'll be right back, and Caitlin will leave the table. If you want, she's going to go off on her own, Dan, and just kind of possibly. I mean, is there anything like a tent up or anything that she can go behind where there's not?
There's a number of tents up.
So she'll go behind a tent as far away from the table as she can, and just kind of, even though there's snow on the ground, like get down to her knees, bring out the journal. Surely she would have something else in there to put it on. If she has like another book or something in her bag, she'll put the journal on top so that way the snow doesn't like make it wet. And then she's just going to try to think about what she's been conversing with, and say out loud, "Do you have any answers to this?"
And as you pray that, you're thinking of the drawing that you did, like the.
Yes,
the weird...
I'm looking at the drawing.
Okay. Roll a percentile check if you have percentile die, please.
Great. Oh, that's 100.
Damn.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. You feel the urge to move your hand as though to draw.
Okay, she'll get out. She doesn't. Okay, she'll move her hand.
Okay. And there is also, that feeling, that thought, that urge to draw in case you wanted to get your stuff out and like I didn't I don't know if you already have those out or not. I didn't want to mess up.
No, if she feels like something's telling her to draw, she'll get out like her pen or her quill or whatever to write or draw or whatever.
Okay. So as this goes on, it's going to sort of prompt you to do a few things. Stop me if at any point it's something that Kayla would not want to do in this process, please.
Okay.
You start drawing with and you watch yourself. It looks like a lot of heavy scribbling, a little bit, some areas with broad strokes, others smaller, some a little darker than others just this empty negative space in the page, and you're pushed to tear the page out of your journal.
Okay.
And then you go on to the next page, and the next page, being urged to tear each one, and you end up with, let's see, that'd be 20 pages of these nonsensical things when the urge finally leaves you, and that whatever that guiding presence was of the force, behind your power, seems to ebb away. And now you just have 20 pages of sort of scribbles.
Wow. Looks like you owe me a new journal. Looking through the pages, is there any sense to them?
Make an intelligence check with advantage.
Oh wait, that's that. 16.
Okay. Yeah, you see a couple that look like one might actually run into another. Like if you line up the two papers, it makes a continuous image stroke. And so you start finding other ones that match up until you have this 5x4 puzzle placed together.
It's like in the coloring books where it's like, draw this picture, and it has all the squares.
Yeah.
And it's still very,
Okay.
it's a very dark image when you put it all together. Some of this is just like the scribbling of darkness. And you see, oh gosh, I wish I could just draw this. Let's see. So you see in the background a figure sort of shrouded in darkness, sort of a almost. Jeez, it's
Cloaked.
yeah, and it's just ever so just a little bit of negative space shows just a little some humanoid features perhaps.
Okay.
In the very, very background. And then in the foreground, divided, equally on two sides. On one side is this little figure that has the gnomish thing that has the cloak over it, the blanket rather. And then on the other side, again, all this is fairly obscured with the scribbles, but the other side kind of looks like you.
Okay. It's not creepy at all.
You know what? Make an investigation check if you would, as you're examining this work. Oh, why would you do it with advantage? Because I'm sure you're focused on it.
Well, investigation?
Yeah. Or perception. You can do either or.
Oh, if you're going to give me the choice, then that would be a 24 total.
Damn. Okay, so you look at this, sort of in your kneel position, and if you were to, kind of be done processing it and stand up, as you stand up, you see that there are scribbles along the edge that look like perhaps there would be more to this image that would reveal more that was not drawn. It looks like some other larger something encircling this, but it doesn't have enough detail because it seems to be missing a couple of the outer perimeters.
Wow. Kaylin's going to take her journal and make a sketch of it, of the entire thing together on one page.
Okay.
And possibly grid it up too, so she knows where the pages go in case she ever wants to recreate it.
Okay.
And then let's see, I'm just making a note. And then just because I'm guessing if she's probably hastily just placing this on the ground, it's on the snow, so she would want to pick those up pretty quickly to not get them wet.
Okay.
So she'll just kind of look at it, try to memorize it what she can, even though she made a sketch of it. Thank you. And then just start gathering them up. It's a little vague, but thank you. And just kind of take a couple of breaths behind the tent by herself, and then go back to the table.
Okay. All right, you return. Blueberry, what are you up to?
During the entire conversation before, Blueberry's kind of listening in, but off to the side, and is just kind of sat down, looking worried. So he's listening in, but he's not around the table,
Ah, okay.
and he's not eating.
Oh, okay. You know what? Let's see. Okay. You get a little visit from Callie. Flies up, flutters up, or maybe from under your hat where it's warm. She'll push up the hat a little bit. Hey. Everything all right?
I don't know how to tell the others, but I'm so scared. And I don't know why this is our job to do this.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I think maybe if you tell them just like that, they'll listen.
But everyone, my chair. But everyone wants to go and fight this thing that we don't even know anything about. I get where everyone's coming from, but we can't just go running into a war. I don't want to die. I have so many things I want to do, and I joined the group so I could find my master, find where she's gone, and I don't want to do this.
I think those are normal. Those are normal thoughts. That sounds. It sounds more normal than everyone else wanting to. Than all those that want to jump in. It kind of scares me. I was close to dying there myself, and I know how scary that is. She'll kind of buzz out to be a little like down in the snow, kind of walking, not breaking the snow, but on its surface. I didn't know you were looking for someone. You lost your master?
Yes, before I could talk and do all this other stuff, I was just a dog, and some people broke in and something happened and she was gone. I've been looking for her ever since.
That's terrible. You know, I don't know if it would work. I might be able to help you a little if I don't know what we're doing here, but I can probably help you. I'm good at finding people. I have sort of a spell that helps me kind of look in and see if someone is around, like on the same plane. I kind of look in if I'm familiar with them or have something of theirs.
I have a picture.
Well, you do. Well,
Yeah.
that would work.
And I take out the moving picture of her.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, wow, she looks so cool.
She is.
Okay, so, as long as she's alive, which she is, and she's on this plane, then I can see her. Okay.
Yeah.
And she makes a few contorted faces. Okay. So, I see like a really big circular room, and there's lots of nice stuff in it. Chairs and so and a lot of books. Wow. And there's some small windows.
Do you see her?
I see someone looking out one of the windows. And there's an ocean. There's an ocean outside in a big city. It's a port city. And that I do. That I mean, it does. She looks in her picture. She looks much happier, but she looks so sad. It's like
Does she look hurt?
no, the face just looks. It's like she sees the city, but it's like no one. It's like she's alone. Like, even in that really busy city, she's looking out, but it feels like no one can see her. Oh, but that was her. That was definitely her.
So she's alive.
Yeah.
Okay. You said an ocean.
Yes. It was a big city with big ships in the port and a lot of people running around. It looked kind of like a nice city. And it looked, the room had stone walls and nice carpets and nice chairs and lots of books and bookshelves. There was just in the middle of the town there was a statue of maybe a dragon or a dragonborn. Yeah.
Dragonborn?
Yeah. Like it looked like a hero statue with a hero pose. But it's kind of strange because I think dragonborn aren't usually in, I mean, I know they travel, but I don't know.
What was the weather like? Was it sunny? Was it?
Oh, it was beautiful. It was sunny. Only a few clouds, fluffy clouds in the sky. But it looked like it was maybe getting to be nighttime. It was almost, the sun was still up, but it was getting close to the horizon.
On a side note, Dan, what time is it here? Is it still
Morning. But,
Okay.
But I didn't see any wounds or anything hurt.
Did you see Did you see any other dogs?
No, I'm sorry. In fact, there was no one else in there. She just looked really lonely. Like she was looking out across the city and across the sea for something that wasn't there.
Do you think she's still looking for me?
Yeah, I think so. I think
I was kind of worried that she'd forgotten about me.
I think you would be able to bring that smile back to her face that's in this picture. I'm sure she'd love to see you.
Thank you, Kelly.
Of course. She kind of like builds up, nerves for something. I'll be right back. And
Okay.
she gives a little wink and bzzz, buzzes off over to where everyone else is. Buzzes off. That's funny. And puts her hands on her little hips and says, I think that I'm not sure this is a good idea, and it's pretty scary, and I almost died recently, and I kind of don't want to do that again. I just want to put that out there because no one said that yet, and I feel like maybe that's, another way to feel about this. She waits for any response from any of you.
Muted. Steph? Muted.
Sorry, I said Kaylin would probably be walking back around this time since that probably happened while she was gone.
Okay.
What idea?
She loses a little of her nerve. I was just saying that I think no one said that I'm scared. This is scary, and I don't know that I want to face dying again. I mean, it seems like really dangerous. More than our usual dangerous.
And that's an idea?
No one shared that, and I just thought it was important to share. Because there might be other feelings that might be harder to talk about.
It's a natural feeling. Especially when facing seemingly insurmountable odds.
I think we're all afraid, Kelly, but it was good that someone said it.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to say. She puffs her chest back up again. Okay, that is all. And she buzzes back off to Blueberry and under the hat for warmth. Oh,
You know, Callie, if you're feeling scared, imagine how these people who are trapped, probably forced to fight for this Rykari are feeling.
Let's see. She's gonna continue buzzing along back to the hat or respond. Okay. She'll pause. Oh, right. They're probably scared too. But I just thought it was important to share these other feelings since they're sort of difficult ones to share. That's all.
Thank you.
That is all. And then she'll buzz off again back to Blueberry.
Mortimer, are you, I'm sorry, Dan.
No, go. That's perfect.
Are you ready?
Sure. I'm trying to summarize the past 4 episodes in 25 words.
So what are you relaying to him?
Okay, this is the message. Now, an army loyal to a demi-lich is amassing and heading to Anar Kalmar. I'm counting that as one word.
Yeah, okay, that's okay. Yeah.
That's 10.
We are en route. Warn the High Council and ask them to alert others.
Okay. That sounds about as good as we can get. Thank you. It's eloquent. It's well put together. It sounds great.
Thank you. And I will cast Sending and send that to Brewer.
Okay. And sending gets a reply, right?
Yes, you may reply from this message.
Nice.
That doesn't count against the 20.
Awesome. Okay. So you'll hear a response. Now, Brewer's voice and the emotion in it has upped to much more of a humanoid expression. A lot less of that robotic nature, even since the last time that you saw him, Morton. But you hear reply. I will inform the council immediately. If action need be taken, send word. We will do the same. Care for yourselves. That's the end of his message, or reply.
Okay. I will relay the reply to the group and Kayla.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Rain, what are you doing as everyone's sort of, discussing this?
I think they would just be curled up in the ball next to Blueberry, just trying to stay warm.
Oh, Blueberry's like away from the.
Oh, right.
He's not with the group.
So Blueberry's having some alone time. There are a few tents though that offer some warmth from the some protection from the elements, or the campfire itself that has the the cauldron.
I'm gonna do that. My mind has been a blank. It's been a week.
Oh, no worries. Okay. More, is there anything that you would have liked to have done earlier this morning or before this, or now that you've sent that message?
I think that just taking in all the information, I was going to probably turn to Dolorna and Tara and say, well, now that we have an idea of what's being amassed, what can we do? I mean, I don't know, against that kind of army, what our purpose would be at the keep. Is there something we can be doing right now? I mean, we're only, I think we're, as the timer goes, it's like we're 6 days out from the keep and they're like 13 days out from the keep, sort of, if we're doing like sort of the battle tracker going towards the keep.
Dolorna, well, I have my wolf scouting still there for patterns for Rykari themselves. There may be a way to avoid heavy conflict. She kind of looks around at everyone, but...
And what's that?
I do not wish to speak of it yet, but I will recall my wolf and resummon shortly to hear the word. Then I will share.
Everyone's being vague today.
It's Vague Day. So I guess we continue north until maybe give your wolf another day. See if we can track down this other village that's in between. How far away is that village? I'll ask the learner.
The last village lies directly between Rykari's forces and the keep, the capital. Likely 3.5 days travel for us from here.
Do we risk going there and running into him?
Well, that would be a poor decision. He will...
3.5 days for us. We can get there a lot faster than they can. And keep him from growing his army.
He would almost certainly arrive there before we would. Or at the same time, at least. We could make it to the capital before he arrives there, but... Give me 3 hours, yes? And I will...
Sure.
Return my wolf to me.
Do what you need to do, Dolorna.
Which way is this other village, and which way is the capital? Like, she's looking out.
So on the map,
well, no, like she's looking out, like
gotcha.
which way is the village, and then which way is the capital?
She points, like northwest to the capital, and then like a little closer to just northwest for the village. Emil, is there anything that you would like to do or have done this morning or do at this point that yeah.
No, I think Emil said all he wants to say. I mean, Emil wants to get a message to Win, but that's going to have to wait until he sleeps next. So I think that's all he's got in his head right now.
Okay. Neat. All right. Kaylin, you have not received a reply message yet from the one you sent to the other party.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah.
But, that'll probably be incoming once I actually get that info.
Sure.
Let's see. Okay. All right. So if you're all waiting here, it'll probably take just a little over 3 hours for Archivist Delorna to desummon and resummon her wolf. So you've got a few hours to continue eating and stay warm in the tents. It's just sort of a rough, cold, bitter few hours here in this Arctic tundra. Finally, Archivist Delorna, who's been in her tent for a while during this summoning process, emerges, and from the tent behind her pushes out a rather large winter wolf. They're actually large-sized creatures, and it takes most of the tent with it. She doesn't care. She wanted the privacy. So she comes out and talks to Retention University individuals, wizards, and asks them to collect you all back around to restoke the campfire, get some sort of goulash on there for lunchtime, and summon everyone back. Is there anyone that's not going to come back to the campfire?
Yeah.
Blueberry will come back, but so he can hear, but not in the group as such.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So Galithor will probably, of course, be there. Devanya. She's probably whittling and jumping in with the same aligned remarks that she had last week. I actually can't remember which position she was taking. But Galithor.
She was siding with Snark.
Nice. Yep, and Galithor, I think is still sort of during those earlier conversations would have also added that we need to make sure that we're alive and that we're smart and that we handle this in a way. So he might be a little interested in hearing whatever this potential plan is. So Delorna returns and settles in at the campfire. You're all doled out some bowls of this stew or goulash of sorts. And she leans forward and sits there. The big direwolf sits behind her. It's still taller than her when it sits and just sort of has its massive, head off over her shoulder. The blue crystal, the energy that flows through her crystalline form has an extra crispness, clearness to it here. You've noticed in this Arctic environment. And she'll lean forward, and some of the dancing lights from the campfire glisten off the crystalline facets to her face. Here is my plan. And I don't have a cool bathroom bio break, but I think it's a great time to take our bio. It's a little early. But I went for drama instead of silly, so my apologies on missing it. So for those that don't know, we take like an 8 to 10 minute bio break, and then we jump back. So we'll do that. I'm going to get some fresh coffee, and yes. And we'll be back shortly. So we'll leave our audio live, but you'll see our Be Right Back screen up. So we'll get you all really soon. Yeah. All right, there we go. Whew. All right, do I want to bring this? Yeah, why not? All right, coffee time. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I guess I can see
I have toss a coin to your witcher in my head now. I just started singing it, and now it's in my head.
Still haven't heard it. Can live without it.
Emil, Warren, you're missing out. The Witcher's good.
I got about halfway through the first episode, and I don't know if it was just my setup. I was having all sorts of audio problems. I couldn't understand what people were saying, and
That's why you turn the subtitles on.
I needed to turn it off because of something that was happening. So I'm probably not going back.
It's so good.
There was some triggering stuff in there.
I understand. Danny, no, you're not even helping. Nope. I'm not prepared for the English dub of last week's episode of My Hero. I need tissues. Ugh. I'm not ready. No, I'm not a huge fan of Star Trek. I like the Star Trek universe, but I'm not like into it. I've seen like a few episodes with Will Wheaton. Oh my goodness. Next Generation. There we go. Oh my goodness. I was about to shame myself if I didn't know which series I've seen. Like, I've seen some of Next Gen, but yeah. I'm not a huge Trekkie. I'm a fan of Star Wars, but I'm not like a huge fan. And I'm a fan of Star Trek, but I'm not like a Trekkie. Okay. I like your mug.
Thank you. Kaylin and Mortimer came back at the same time. I don't think it's coincidence. I know exactly what that means. I mean, it means nothing, but I know what it means.
Right.
Did you know that the Toblerone bars make white chocolate and dark chocolate? I did not know that until...
I haven't heard of dark chocolate. Now that interests me for real.
It's all right. White chocolate's it's sweet.
I ate a lot of it one time because it doesn't have
Oh man, my arms.
it doesn't have it doesn't have
Excuse me?
really dairy in it. It's all just sugar.
Almost like
Hair flip.
Or cocoa.
it is made in Switzerland.
Yeah. I mean, it's all sugar, but there's no dairy in it. So I was eating that for a while after I found out I had lactose intolerance. And I was like, I can't have chocolate. I'm just going to eat white chocolate. And so I ate like a ton of it. And now I'm just kind of done with it.
Oh.
But now I just eat chocolate. Just like, I'll be fine.
Well,
Awesome.
Dan, did you know that Toblerone bars make white chocolate and dark chocolate?
Oops. Really? No, I've only seen the dark chocolate ones.
What?
Yeah.
You've only
Wait.
seen the dark chocolate ones?
Uh-huh.
What
Toblerone?
about the milk chocolate? You've never had the
Oh,
milk
yeah, well,
we
milk
never-
chocolate, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
white chocolate.
The dark chocolate.
Nope.
Oh, my goodness.
Dark.
Oh,
They're
nice.
in my stocking this Christmas because I tried a the gigantic Toblerone bar last year for the first time. Like, Switzerland has better chocolate than American does.
Oh,
Everyone
okay.
has better chocolate than America.
No kidding.
This is true. I've had a lot of international sweets.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
we were using Amazon to get worldly candies, candies from around the world. I guess the candies weren't worldly, but candies from around the world.
Oh, good traveling cat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, and a lot of it was just so much better. Especially the chocolate.
I keep putting flake bars in my Amazon cart and then taking them out. I'm just like, I don't need these. And every time that I have to buy stuff on Amazon, I end up putting flake bars in there, and I'm just like, no.
Who was this phantom putting
I could go for it right now with hot chocolate is an orange chocolate.
Oh yeah, those are pretty tasty.
It's a chocolate orange. There we go. Not an orange chocolate. Like I said, it's been a week.
Oh, no problem. And they have little slices and everything, right? Of the chocolate that you put. Yeah.
Slices, I mean, they're nice for handling, but then the entire orange is gone, so...
Yeah. Who ate my... Oh.
I have no control.
Yep. Get behind me, chocolate.
Not when it comes to sweets.
Nice. Yeah, no, yeah, I hear that.
I can't keep them around. I just can't buy them.
Oh, nice. I've done it. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, everyone.
Sneeze.
Oh no. Unleash the sneezes.
Kazoon tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice. Bless you.
It's like a combo. It's like your hit combo, like in fighting games.
Yeah, like Final Fantasy. It's like a 6-hit combo.
Yeah.
Nice.
You see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Punishment keeps doubling every consecutive hit.
I love it.
Finish him.
I don't like my sneeze.
What? Aw.
It's okay.
It's great. We'll love it for you.
At least
Thanks,
it's a cute sneeze. You know,
Yeah.
it's just a little tiny thing.
No,
Not all
I'm
this
fine.
sneeze, yeah.
You're fine.
it's not cute.
I'm the exact opposite when I sneeze.
Nice. People get mad at me when I sneeze. This is loud.
Yeah, same.
My
Well, people
family's
were like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was going to say it's because you blast
True. Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
My sneeze is not cute nor adorable. I used to do that. I don't know what it is, but like I used to hold it in because I would always hate hearing like people saying, "Oh, you have a very cute sneeze," and like, is that a sneeze or a cough? Because I got accused of fake sneezing from my 8th grade teacher while we were doing a production. I was
But
just
then
like,
fine. Your sneeze isn't cute. It's
real, I
horrible.
promise.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah.
I mean,
forget
when
them.
she's focused, when she's focused, she's scary. But she was an okay teacher.
Okay. Still, that was not an
Well,
okay.
not I
that's
shouldn't
not
say an
Yeah.
okay teacher, but she was a great,
was
not-
average.
Right.
a good teacher. There we go. The weather here
We're all
is
back now.
the weather here is just like
All right.
it snowed and then
What was I gonna...
been up and down weather.
I was going to
here.
say, well, before we, because I had a thought, and
Oh.
Bort's got an itch.
Yeah.
He's got a scratch.
Okay, cool. Yeah, go for it. Give me a chance. All right, so back and we go. Go for it, Mort.
Yeah, before we go into the tent, I'm going to find Callie and Blueberry, because see where they're at.
They're so everyone's outside around the campfire currently. That's where she's asking everyone to go. Blueberry, Callie's under Blueberry's hat. Blueberry, I think, is just within earshot, but at the extreme distance of his earshot, which is kind of far.
All right, and so I'm going to talk to Callie if she's around.
Oh, sure. Well, Blueberry, are you findable currently, or are you trying to?
Oh yeah, no, I'm I'm around.
I guess on the white tundra, the blue hat would and the orange fur. Yeah, Callie be like, lift the thing up. Oh, hey, Mort.
First, I just want to say it was very brave for you to say what you said.
Oh.
And we're all afraid. To be afraid is perfectly normal, and it's a sign that you're thinking and you're aware. So
Yeah.
it's not something to be ashamed of at all.
Yeah. She's going to be sort of under the hat in the back, scritching behind Blueberry's ear.
But
You
now the
see,
important
like,
thing.
little back leg just kind of.
A little shit. More tries to ignore that.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a. You ever have one of those things in the back of your head you just can't get rid of?
Yeah.
This whole 3.5 hours to get a wolf just isn't sitting right with me.
Oh.
Can you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
Can you go invisible? And I saw Delorna go in the tent, right?
Yeah, oh, is this like earlier when after she said, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, in between, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Callie to go invisible and
Yeah,
detect
do
good
that.
and evil inside the tent.
Sure. Yeah.
Plus, also, Mort's thinking about the whole thing. There's a snitch in the
Oh, right.
Tenzer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm glad to be
Just
helpful.
try, be very discreet. Don't,
This is one of my strengths. And she does have, it's like superior invisibility or something. It's insane. So. Okay. Now, is there anything else you want me to do? You want me to, like, kind of keep an eye on her and report anything strange? Or?
Yeah, but just do your best not to be,
Okay.
caught. And if you just, hopefully you won't get caught. If you do, just bluff it off like you're just coming in ahead of everyone.
Okay. Right. And trying to stay warm. So I'll just say that's an easy one to believe. She said was a little okay. All right. Blueberry. She kind of looks down. Oh, so I'm gonna go do that.
Okay.
And then I'll be back and I'll, I guess, keep your head more warm than your hat.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, sure thing. She zips off to go sneak in there. All right. Anything else, Mort or Blueberry?
What do you think? There's something wrong with the Lorna?
It sticks in the back of my head that we know, Tara reported that there was there's a snitch or somebody reporting out of the Runekeeper and Tenzer, so, and I just don't know. I don't know, we're depending on her for a lot and she seems okay, but just, with dealing with a lich and mind control and all the stuff we've seen, I just want to be sure.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Good thinking. Always, trying.
What do we do if she is evil or mind control? Do we kill her?
Mort really ponders that for a second. Maybe we can try to get Tara out of the tent and alert her. Or what if it's Tara? Oh dear.
Yeah.
What if it's both of them? That's even worse.
What do we do us?
Yeah.
I guess if it comes to it, we'll just have to.
I think, yeah, maybe, or even before we even, do I decide what I would rip off a message to somebody at Tenzer at Mets and let them know we might have found or let Tara know if she. Well, yeah, we'll figure it. Hopefully, it comes back clear.
Oh, actually, I think Callie can message. I don't know. Let me take a peek here. Because if she can message, she'll just send you a message after she casts that. Let's see. So many things she can do.
Someday we'll get the full list out of you.
Nice.
I would say that during the time that we're waiting for Delorna, Dan, Kaylin's probably just sitting in one of the tents, just staring at her sketch of her thing.
Oh, okay.
Is Kaylin in her tent by herself?
Probably, but
Okay, because I think... Yeah, Emil would have been trying to keep an eye on Kaylin because of what happened the last session. So I think Emil would probably knock on the... No, he can't knock on the door.
knock on the tent.
Wait, no.
You could knock on the tent pole.
You stand outside and clap.
Is there a tent bell? Is there... Is there
That's how they do
pull
it
a
in Brazil.
string?
Explain the construction of these tents.
Sorry,
Dan.
my bad. Yeah, I got sidetracked into multitasking. It's a very rudimentary tent. The supports are just they're heavy hewn wood. So you could probably knock on one of those. There's one that runs up the front that the two flaps attached to. They're triangular. The ones where she would be able to just be a ground tent. It wouldn't be anything raised up high. It'd be more for sleeping.
Okay. Emil will knock on the near door of Kaylin's tent. I'm
Ruffle the flap.
Oh, Emil. Hey.
Do you have a
She'll
minute?
quickly she'll just close the journal. Yeah.
I just wanted to apologize. Things have been a little bit difficult for me lately. What with Grixie and with with Seb staying behind in Iverness. And I've been, some of that I've been keeping to myself to deal with, but I think I've kind of made a mistake. I've come to realize over the last few days that I poured a lot more of my turmoil thoughts and emotions into Seb than I thought I did. He is kind of my oldest friend, and I've been really missing him, and I've been suffering in silence as though I don't have any other friends. And I probably should have come and talked to you about how I was feeling rather than just being kind of miserable and lonely and feeling sorry for myself. So I apologize for forgetting that you're my friend too, and for trying to deal with something that was entirely too big for me alone. I have a small favor to ask.
Yeah.
Someday, not today, based on where we are, and probably not tomorrow, but someday we will be somewhere where there are birds. And I think I would like to do a few minutes of bird watching when we are just sit and watch. I was wondering if you'd be willing to join me when we get there.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I wanted. I'll leave you to your thoughts. And Emil.
Are you okay now?
It felt like a child growing up and making their own way. And it would have been really selfish of me to try and take him with me. So I know I made the right decision. I just miss him. But yeah, I'm okay.
I'm sure that even though he wanted to stay, he probably misses you too. But in a good way, not like the kind that I'm saying that he's sad or that he wants to come, but I'm sure if you would...
I understand. Thank you. Thank you.
Can I show you something?
Sure.
And she will I'll open up the sketch of the larger image.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of hand it over to him. She'll just hand over the journal open to that page. I mean, you saw my picture earlier. I left the table to ask, you know, whatever it is about it, and that's what happened. Well, I mean, it wasn't that. It was, and she takes out like the 20 pages and, just kind of, you know what? She will like quickly from like motor memory, like try, like just quickly arrange them on the floor, Dan.
Okay.
You know, maybe there's like a couple out of place, but you would get the gist.
So remind me, Dan, what I'm looking at.
So it's a very scribble heavy drawing. It's all these 5 rows, 4 columns, or rather 5 columns, 4 rows, put together, make this larger image. There's a little bit of shading. Everything's heavily obscured, but you do see in the back some light negative space. It kind of looks like maybe the bridge of a nose, the brow, like maybe there's a humanoid face-ish in the back. Way in the background, tiny, minute, right in the center. And then in the foreground, on one side, is that roughly the blanketed figure on the left side. And then on the right side is roughly a rough sketch of Kaylin. It does kind of look like Kaylin.
She'll stand up. I asked it if it had any idea of what, and I showed it the picture that I drew, and this is what it had me to draw.
I
don't like it.
Does it look exactly like Kaylin? Does it look roughly like Kaylin? The only thought I have in my head is Kaylin's mother.
Oh, right.
And Mort has met Kaylin's mother, but I think that's too much of a stretch. So.
Gotcha. Still, go ahead and roll an investigation check, if you would.
All right.
It does, at first glance, it looks pretty close to Kaylin.
In the tower.
Oh, yes.
Do you have a sister? Is it you? Is it you and a family member?
I mean, the only family I know of, Dwarven, is my father and my mother. I don't know of any siblings. My father didn't tell me of any siblings. I would think that would be something that, if you're going to be a ghost, and that'd be the last thing that you were going to say to someone, that you would say, hey, you have a brother or a sister, or you have a sibling somewhere.
I'm sorry, you're right.
No, you don't have to apologize.
I'm scrambling for ideas because it's important, but I don't know why.
And with your, you don't see anything outside of that initial investigation, basically. It does look rough. Because there aren't a lot of details, it's a little tough, but it kind of looks like Kaylin for the most part.
You know, the ghost, whatever. I need whatever. I don't like this. And she'll kind of gesture towards the towering figure behind them, or whatever. I just wanted to show someone else.
I'm sorry, I wish I had insight.
Just knowing about it helps. I'm kind of at my limit of things I can handle inwardly right now. So, just thanks for being here.
Emil will nod, and with all of the awkwardness that the Stormfall is known for, try and give Kaylin a super awkward hug.
Oh, that's great.
Clearly a man who has done this about twice in his life. So.
I would say that Kaylin will return the hug less awkwardly and probably more sincerely, and probably just in need of.
Oh,
someone
Emil's
to
being
hug her.
sincere. He's just also being.
No,
Nice.
for sure, for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
She'll start gathering up the pages and.
Okay. Let me just give me 2 seconds here to look at my character sheet, but I could do an augury. I just don't know what it would get us. It's tempting to try though because it only takes a minute. All right, I am going to. I am actually going to offer to cast an augury spell for Kaelin. I can ask for the result of a specific course of action as to whether or not it would be good or bad. It's pretty vague.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I don't know that I'm familiar enough with the magic, but I tell Kaelin we could roll the dice and ask if it's worthwhile sharing the picture with other people in the party, or if that would go badly, or like, is there a specific course of action that we could ask for an augury on before we take it that might?
I was telling you if it's a good action or not.
It's a divine spell, so I suppose the answer would come from Hermod.
Sure.
Do you have some clever thought or course of action? Sharing the picture with the party.
I guess, yeah, sharing it with the party.
I don't want to ask anything that you're not comfortable doing.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
All right.
I love this spell.
I think I decided when I took the spell that the components would be the dice that.
Yes.
Oh, shoot. I can't remember where the dice came from. Were the dice the ones that were crafted by Brixie? Is that what Brixie crafted for me?
There's those. There are 2 bone dice you got from that Wizard's Tower.
Yes. Yes.
I think Emil would use the Brixie Druid crafted dice.
Okay. Oh, extra beautiful. Okay.
So I can get 4 possible results. Wheel, woe, wheel and woe, or nothing. Wheel means there will be good results. Woe means there would be bad results. Wheel and woe would be both good and bad, or nothing. The results aren't really especially good or bad.
Okay.
All right.
Takes 1 minute to cast a spell.
Nice. All right, you prep it and get ready. Gonna look over as you're ready to cast the dice. And get a natural 20. No, just kidding. And you cast them.
Take a chance, roll the dice.
Nice. All right, let's see for whether or not to show them this. The results return as wheel for good results.
So I should?
Well, it seems that there is a positive result in sharing this with the rest of the party. Not it couldn't hurt, not it's neutral, not it would be bad. Because we can't because I don't know what the good thing would be. That means there's something we don't know that we will learn by sharing this. That's how I interpret it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, Emil.
You're welcome. I apologize for intruding on your thoughts. I will leave you to your peace now.
Okay. She will sit back down for a couple of minutes. Yeah, she'll just sit there.
Okay. All right. There we are. Let's see. So Mort, Callie zips back out. Are you still over with Blueberry, Mort, or have you gone elsewhere?
Still hanging with Blueberry.
Okay. She'll come back pretty quickly for the first part. So she used Detect Evil and Good. And... Alright, let's see. Know if there's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet. I didn't get anything from the spell. I do feel like... I mean, I'm familiar with Fae being summoned, of course. And I feel like it's a spell to summon maybe some sort of familiar, but it seems like a bigger spell than usual. It must be maybe a kind of a powerful Fae. Might be why it's taking a while, but that's the only little bit of anything I sensed. Otherwise, no. But I can keep an eye on her and just kind of report back if I see anything strange.
If we're gonna go in, we're gonna go in. Yeah, delaying the inevitable. So I appreciate it, though. If it at least rolls out that she's disguised undead or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
oh, that's.
or a
I
fiend.
didn't think of that, Mort. That's scary.
It's all very scary. Yeah. Okay.
I'm going
all
back
right.
to my hat.
Yeah, please.
Up the hat so she can
She zips under. Yeah. All right. So assuming otherwise, everyone's waiting, but let me know if anyone has anything else that they'd like to do before, that breakaway point where Delorna...
Is everyone else pretty much gathered around in the same area outside, or is everyone kind of went off on their own?
Erinwin actually is quite a distance, and she's walked in the direction of the village and is just kind of like a good 300 feet away, just kind of staring out.
Okay, Dan. So Kaylin's gonna walk outside her tent and kind of look for what I just asked to see where everyone is.
Okay.
Would I notice Aaron when it's not around?
I mean, it's pretty clear. Yeah, I think it's easier to notice who's not around. Yeah, you'd probably see that at least Blueberry's there, but off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Mort may or not still be over there. But yeah, Aaron, when you don't spot, or at least should be a pretty far distance.
Go up to Mort. I've been sitting in the. Did Aaron tell you where she was going?
No, not really. I just Mort looks around, and just sort of absentmindedly notices he didn't notice that she left. No, I have not seen her.
Kaylin's will probably make a march around the camp to see if I see her.
Okay. Make either perception or investigation. And Aaron, if you're trying to hide, go ahead and make a. Okay.
No, she just kind of walked off, so you could probably see her footprints trail.
Oh, right. Okay, you
Actually,
okay.
before I leave Mortimer, I'm going to open my journal and tear out the sketch that I made and just kind of give it to him.
Oh.
We'll talk about this when I get back. Yeah. And she'll start making the march around to try and find Erinwin.
Okay, about 2/3 of your patrol around, you spot her, off in the distance a bit. What is it you're doing, Erinwin, as she sees you?
She's in the snow, just like looking out. Every so often, she'll take another step forward towards the village.
I think Galen would probably get out her broom, Gryffindor it, and I'm just going to fly out. I'm going to fly towards her, but not like right beside of her. A few feet behind her, put my broom away, and then what are you doing out here?
I want to go help them.
Erinwin, you can't face them by yourself.
So we just leave them then? Let this Rykari do whatever the heck he wants to innocents?
I don't like it, but Lorna did say by the time that we got there, he would already be there. He was to say that he wouldn't have already started taking them.
This is that sacrifice thing Gallifrey mentioned, huh?
I think his statement was too harsh, but I also don't want either you or all of us to go there and meet our end because we're outnumbered.
I hate this. I hate being able to do something, but not doing anything.
I'm sure. I can't imagine what you're going through.
What was the whole point of us coming out here then if we're not going to do anything? We came out here and we're freezing. And we're just leaving people.
I don't know. I guess it was probably for us to go to the keep this entire time and fight him there.
And why are we still waiting around? Why are we trusting these university people? They say they knew why we were coming here, and now they're all like, and now everything's in doubt. Who's to say that we will get there at the same time? Maybe they're lying.
Maybe by the time we would get there, it would either be they were wrong or okay, we're done.
I don't trust them. I don't trust any of them.
I get that. Why don't we go and we could try to be more forceful with their plan. We can try to talk to them and just have them be a little more definite. And I don't know. I'd be lying if I didn't say that I felt like we were sent out here into a trap. At this point, we're here.
Who
We've came
told
this
us? Who told us that this was happening? Sam warned us a while ago. But then who told us after that?
I think it might have been Delorna, or was it the Runekeeper?
It wasn't the Runekeeper. He hasn't woken up since we brought him back.
I mean, I think part of it was Delorna. He was never broken our trust in the past.
I think you're right about it being a trap. They have some questions to answer. And she'll turn around and just walk back to the camp.
Aelin will follow right behind her. I won't be like right beside her. I'll give her a couple of feet distance.
Nice.
Just waves of dragon anger. Just
Nice. Awesome. All right. So just as you two approach the camp, Delorna, has finally emerged from her tent and is walking over to the campfire. Anything else before Delorna gives her whole plan thing? From anyone?
When Rain sees her, they are going to walk not towards Moor or Blueberry, but just towards the woods to see if they can see any spirits or.
Okay. It's just snow like in every direction. But you can, kind of look around, that area. But there aren't any, and it wouldn't be any trees here. But let's see, in this area, no ghosts. Just barren, snowy land. Some rocks here and there.
Is there any like undead, like the undead dragonborn?
Gotcha. No, nothing that you see.
Okay. So since I don't see anything, I'm gonna walk towards Blueberry and Mort.
Okay. You both see rain approaching. All right. Oh, go ahead. If you had anything, sorry.
No, I just if we see that the group start to gather, I guess I will head towards the gathering.
Okay.
But again, slightly so I can still hear, but not in the group as such.
Okay.
I'm just gonna plop right next to Blueberry.
Okay. So, I have a plan. My wolf has returned with news. She was approached by someone from Nerkala. They have also been gathering information, of course, on Rykari, as best they could. Through sending stones and other means with a few clans they had alliances with and allegiances. They wish to meet. from what they discussed with my wolf, they think they can hold off the forces, Rykari's forces, and even win some of these deserters back. One of their heroes has returned to the capital in recent days from their pilgrimage, and they believe this hero can rally some of these deserters back.
Pilgrimage from where?
My apologies, yes. Dragonborn have a few different pilgrimages that they make in their lives. One when they reach adulthood, one towards the middle of their life, or if they're when they're deciding on what their goals are and how they will help and be a part of the community. And those that seek to be champions make a third pilgrimage to earn the true title of
Can I make an inside check?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yep, I'm inside checking every sentence.
That's awesome. I love it.
Dang it!
Ah!
Ooh, okay, Aaron.
3!
Rain.
I don't know why I ever bother. I have a -1 in insight. She's so
22.
suspicious of everyone.
22.
Oh, nice, Rain. Okay. Yeah, she seems to be, pulling from her sage-like background where she is just, knows these kinds of things. And it's true, the dragon, not that you know it was true, but she's being truthful about it. And it does kind of fit in line with Dragonborn clan culture that you've seen so far. Excuse me. There is a very small group that wishes to meet us. They left an item for me to use in order to contact them via magic.
Can I see this item?
Yes, of course. She reaches around to the back of the winter wolf, who has a sort of a pouch-like thing. It's not really a collar, but something akin to that. It goes around the chest and stuff. This little pouch on the side.
It's a dodgy backpack.
Nice, yeah. And it's a small clipping from a belt, like a leather belt, just like a few inches long. She passes that over.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if it's magical?
Yeah. I won't even make you check because you'd probably be pretty in tune. But there's
Thanks.
no magic coming from it. Yeah, nice. It seems to be just a straightforward belt. It's just something of their person so that she has the means to communicate across the distance. Or they wish to meet us, but I did not wish to reveal our location. Before I send a message, so I wish to discuss here and plan first. Perhaps the location a few miles away, so as not to reveal our camp's location. They have what seems to be vital information in a way that we can perhaps assist without a direct confrontation. Perhaps changing the rallying forces enough, the scales, to prevent any large-scale death.
Would that be a few miles from here or a few miles from the capital?
A few miles from here. I would not jeopardize us.
Okay.
Lorna,
Yes.
going back to the pilgrimage you were talking about, is there a place that they specifically go?
They can travel anywhere. They must simply leave the continent of Tegradoth. Often, if you see a dragonborn elsewhere from their clan, they're on a pilgrimage. They last anywhere from 1 to 3 years, depending on its purpose.
Okay. Thanks.
Of course.
Galen will look over to Erwin.
And who are these people you're going to meet?
I have yet to message them, but my wolf tells me that they are a few dragonborn from Nerkala.
That's the capital, right, Dan?
Oh, sorry, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can't remember.
Awesome.
Now, Dan,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times you're going to limit it, but can I do another insight?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I've not touched my dice. I rolled the 2 natural 17s on from last week.
Ooh.
Oh.
Nice.
But I have high insight.
Yeah. Awesome.
14.
Okay. Yeah, seems to be on the up and up.
And Dan, remind me, do we know if Delorna can speak Draconic or not?
I don't know that she's ever spoken it in front of you, but
Was she in the meeting with us when we first got to the continent, or was that Tara?
I think that was Tara, but maybe her too. I mean, I guess if you... Wait, were you in that meeting?
I was.
Okay.
I was translating.
Right, okay. That's right.
Because I think it was Tara, and then I think Delorna did a listening spell.
Make an intelligence check, just to make an educated guess.
You got this. You got
Come on.
this.
Dice! 14.
That's pretty good. You feel like she probably must know at least some Draconic, if not the language. She's an archivist for the entire campus there anyway. The Zambor, the main campus of Wizards College of Ephron. So she deals with different written languages all the time. She clearly casts magic, and a lot of that is based in Draconic. So she has to have, at a minimum, you surmise, a working understanding of the language.
Okay. Well, a couple of us can go meet with them then.
Very well. Tara... Okay, she jumps in. Yes, well, of course, this is... I would very much at least like to hear what they have to say. I think we should be cautious.
Yeah, so why don't we go, and then you guys can stay back here where it's safe. We'll just have us go. You guys keep the camp. We'll talk to them. Come back, report to you.
She looks around. You three, to the wizards. You will remain here and guard the camp. See that
You
no
guys
one...
should stay too.
Oh, I would be remiss in my duties if I left. And Delorna kind of nods, like, yeah. Delorna is more to the point. We have come this far. These wizards will be able to hold the camp and message if anything approaches.
Can Erwin do the communicating?
Yes, if you hold... which one is it where you need an item? Where if you don't know the person, you can send it? That might be one of the Homebrew ones. Like sending or message?
Sending?
Like you have where you don't have to know them but can have an object?
I think it's sending.
Okay.
Message. Oh, message is just a creature within range, but it's only got 120 feet. So.
Gotcha. All right. All right. A creature with which you are familiar. So make an Arcana check. As you're holding that, go ahead and make an Arcana check, Aaron, with advantage, because you've got some knowledge in there and runes and other things. And this sort of magic.
I rolled the same thing on both dice. 13.
Yeah. So if it comes down to when you try, you probably wouldn't be able to feel the connection. Mort is also versed in that. If you want to, just to put that on the mechanic side of things, you don't have to do anything with that.
Yeah. I know Mort knows sending. He's like, I know his
but
spells. We know each other's spells.
Nice.
we study buddies.
Oh, right, that's true. Yeah, we need a late night snack, and pizza was created. Yeah.
Yes, we need a late night snack. We're trying to, unravel the secrets of space time.
Awesome.
We know our magic.
Wait, so
yeah, that's
you and
probably-
Mort. So Mort is the doctor, and Marilyn is the companion to the doctor.
They're both the doctor.
However,
And the doctor.
it's interchangeable.
There's 2 Time Lords.
We're both the companion and the doctor.
Yes.
We're team doctor.
Love it.
That sounds right. That sounds correct.
Together we are the doctor.
Nice.
Yes.
All right, Aaron, so I'll let you, if you want to role play any of that, go right ahead with Mort.
I think we've got this. Mort can cast sending. He can find the people.
Mort, if you can make an Arcana check with advantage to see if you'll be able to do it without being familiar with them.
I'll hand the piece over to him.
Okay.
Pizza's right. Being phantom.
How does this happen? 2 14s. If I tried to roll doubles, I could not
Well,
roll.
Sam just rolled 2 the same number.
I
Yeah.
rolled
Last-
funny thing, I rolled 2 7s.
Oh.
So it's 14 plus 10. 24.
Last week I rolled double 17s.
Ooh,
so
17s and doubles. Oh my gosh.
it's
It's a
possible.
tennis match here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Doubles
Golf.
everywhere.
Mort, you will be able to do that. Yes, please pick a spot at least 2 miles away, if not 3, and let them know to meet us there. They have the means to travel there. And she
Okay.
sits back.
I'll knock that
Some
off.
small talk among some of the people there, some of the wizards and Tara and Delorna and anyone else in the party that has small talk. So Mort, you send him that message, and
Received your communique. Heading north for a rendezvous.
okay,
Get to use communique and rendezvous in the same.
nice. Ooh, now we're legit. All right, Stormfall's done. Boop, done. Just kidding.
That's it.
That's really cool. So you kind of send, you be familiar with, the latitude and longitude and stuff, and tell them, meet us here. And you receive a reply to that. All right, we will meet you there in 2 hours' time. And there will be 3 of us. I don't think that they're gonna ask beyond that because they just trying to think from their point of view what else they might want to know, but I think that that's it. So 2 hours time, and there'll be 3 of them.
We should probably send 3 of us. We don't want to outnumber them.
Tara immediately, oh, I don't think we should split up. The wizards will keep here, but I feel very unnerved already, and I do not wish to divide our forces. I very much hope that these are 3 Dragonborn from the capital with information that will help. But it does not occur that frequently that good news falls into one's lap. So let us travel together, please.
So you're asking all of us to go.
Yes, we will leave these 3 wizards behind to guard the camp and to message us if anything approaches or happens.
I'm gonna insight check her.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Please do, because I'm
And
gonna
the
roll
award for
real
least
poorly.
trusted NPC goes to.
Kaylin,
Can you blame me?
No.
What's that?
Um,
Caleb?
Dice.
What?
Natural 1?
I rolled a natural 1 and I have -1, so 0.
You have.
Wow.
This
She
is how
golden.
Aaron ended up in Tensor University, and I hate to be dark like that, but I feel like
Oh, that's bad.
Hi.
That is
Come on
bad.
here. We've got a room all set up for you. Oh, neat.
Wisdom is my dump stat.
That's amazing.
It's just like when Felicia rolled a -1 for initiative.
What did you get, Rain? And then I'll jump to you, Caitlin.
19.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah,
Expect.
she seems to have a very genuine concern that you're out in the open, unfamiliar territory, and that half the party will go and half will stay. She seems to very much just want to not split the party, basically, is the vibe you're getting. And Kayla?
Fine, we can all travel, but 3 of us will go and talk to them.
Kaylin, go ahead, sorry.
Good. Sorry. Sorry. I had to get that out of my
It's
head.
fine. It's fine. Kaylin will just kind of, like, after that's announced, will kind of turn to the side, kind of with her back to everyone else and facing Erinwin. Because I'm guessing that she's probably, since they came in at the same time, standing next to her or around her. We still outnumber them. So if something happens,
Yeah, I know.
All right.
okay, let's roll out.
Very well. You get the doggy sleighs on the ready, and Tara suggests, same thing, heading right out so that you all can get there before they get there, just to get the lay of the land and sort of lock it down. Let's see. There's slight flurry that picks up, but nothing intense. And so you're able to make it there in about an hour's time, hour and 15 minutes. 15 minutes of packing, hour of travel. So you're 45 minutes ahead of time. It seems to be an empty spot currently. Is there anything you want to do in this area to prepare before these Dragonborn show up?
I think there should be 3 of us who should talk to them. Put us on equal grounds.
I agree.
And then the rest stay back with the sleds.
All right.
Yes.
We'll stay within spell distance, I guess, at the sleds. I think.
Mort, you may want to come because you're the one who messaged the guy.
That's true. He heard my voice.
Mm.
Okay.
I say Mort. I say Emil or Kaylin, whoever feels more comfortable talking with the Dragonborn.
Wow, that's going to be quite the competition.
Roll for it.
I don't know. I don't know what Emil has,
Well,
but
I'm
Kaylin
gonna
does
go-
have comprehend language. So.
I'm gonna go too.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah.
I can talk to them.
Yeah.
But I mean, whoever feels better at. Hang on, Sam has lost the word.
At a distance, range.
It's like talking with someone, negotiating.
Ah. Mhm.
Are we talking selling stolen goods?
No,
Okay, I don't know much about that. I don't know why I asked.
Nice.
This is like a bad drug deal. It's like, you got the stuff. I
No,
got the
those
money.
feel that was. Never mind. I don't know what those either.
You know,
All right. Well, let me ask: is there anyone that's, despite all the arguments for everyone to go and not split the party, is there anyone staying back at that camp with those 3 Tensor University people? Blueberry. Okay, so Callie will keep you company.
bird dog, blueberry.
Nice.
I think
Mhm.
Rain would stay back
Okay.
because just thinking about it, they won't be as much useful, and plus they would be scared.
Sure. Okay. All right. So Rain, you stay back as well. Everyone else, heads on the dog sleds up there. So again, at this new location where you're going, the meeting spot, you're planning on having some people like up close.
Blueberry has something.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Blueberry. Yep.
Before they go, can I request that can I speak with the dogs that are taking me?
Oh, right. Yeah. Get your sword to their adopted leader.
Can you make sure that the people who are going, that they stay safe?
Yes.
And if anything happens, you'll protect them.
You kind of look around at one another. Probably.
I'll take it.
Best you can hope for.
Loyalty.
Okay, cool.
To battle! They go off. Awesome. So at the meeting spot, you're having some stay like in the center and others stay at casting distance, you said?
That's what I thought, yeah.
So 60 or 120 feet? Just trying to get a feel for how this meeting will be.
Well, who's left?
You said there's a light flurry.
Devanya Galathor, Emil,
and then
Mark Kaelin Aaronman.
Okay,
and then the two from the university.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And they're staying right up. The two of them have sort of thought it wise as well. Yeah, sure, have some people at range. And the two of them are staying in the meeting zone.
They're staying in the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should stay back.
Yeah, they will argue with you until they realize arguing isn't going to work, and then they'll just be like, "We're here," because that's sort of their own purpose. They're both here for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who wants to be ranged? I guess I should ask out of the group up at the meeting spot.
Well, everyone was wanting only 3 up at front. Like she was only wanting, right, Aaron? You were wanting 3.
They're sending 3. We should send 3.
They're sending 3. We should have 3 talking to them, is what she's saying.
Okay.
So if Delorna and what's her name are going to be up there, then that leaves only 1 spot, which should be Aaron.
Okay. And how far back? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying that before Kaelin goes back with the others, she will once again just kind of like aside with, not really take her aside, but just kind of like get up close to Aaron when I'll be watching you. You tell me to do something, you signal. Okay?
I'll message you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I shouldn't be the face of the party.
I insight check them. Yeah. Oh. Awesome.
I'm charismatic. I'm just not smart.
The leader raises his hand in a welcoming gesture. I insight check his welcome gesture.
Is he really welcoming? Yeah.
What is the closest range, Dan, that we can out from them?
Be whatever you want to be. If you're looking at
60 feet,
casting,
60 feet.
Yeah, it'd be about 60 feet for most spells. Or 60. Some are 120, but if you don't have spells, it could be.
It's depending on what you want to do.
I will go back 60.
Okay, so you'll still be able to see pretty clearly and see what's going on. Observe.
Yeah.
Okay, Mort. What's your distance?
Well, I'm in the upfront group, right?
I think you got booted. I think it's Aaron plus the 2 plus.
Oh, okay, all right. So I will 60 feet.
Okay.
I will be at Kaelin's side because if she gets the message to fire, I will be right with her.
Nice. Emil? Oh, sorry. Yeah, it might be. Oh, stop it, phone. Stop it, phone. I'm just going to plug in. Okay, so I will plug in Emil's location in a bit.
Okay, yeah, sure, it's fine.
Oh, okay, oh no, sorry, I wasn't sure. I didn't hear, so I thought you might be away.
No, you said Emil, you started talking to your phone. So
my bad.
Kind of letting your conversation play out.
Thank you. Awesome. Sorry. Where would you like to be in this?
Well, obviously on top of the buildings and behind the trees and behind the crates and.
Yeah.
I guess somewhere close to Tara.
Okay.
Emil builds a snowman and hides behind it.
Emil is Terra's shadow.
That's pretty great. Awesome. Okay. We'll say Devanya may reluctantly hang back like 30 feet. I don't know that she's going to want to be 60. And Galathor will probably maybe be with her at 30 feet. I don't think he'd want to be 60 either, but we can change that, of course, if we need to retcon anything. All right, and so you wait. Is there anything you want to do in the next like half an hour while you're sort of waiting for the time period to go? Okay.
Erin is going to do her best to remember everything she has learned about Dragonborn.
Nice.
Including anything she has learned from just about draconic culture in general, just from growing up. Just
Awesome.
like, okay, how can I like connect with these people?
You know what? Make a history check. We'll see how fresh it is in your mind.
Can I do it with advantage because we've been with
Yeah.
Dragonborn fairly recently? Oh, thank you.
And you're, half dragon. You've grown up with some of that, so.
History?
Mm-hmm.
That's just a straight 18.
That's really good. Okay, all right. You're pretty confident you would ace this test.
And that's Sam asking for a way to be like, if I don't know what to say, can I like get a
okay.
This is the player asking for help that the character has knowledge of that the player does not.
Gotcha. All right, we'll plug the 18 value into those things. And I think as long as it's not something really obscure, you'll know about it. Whew. All right. So a little more time passes before, very quickly, a poof of snow blows out, kicking up the light, powdery snow on top of the heavier snow that's accumulated. And 3 Dragonborn with heavy leather, almost like dusters with big furry lining.
I'm imagining Game of Thrones.
Nice.
Just
Okay.
Dragonborn Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Awesome. They approach, weapons all sheathed, and the one in front is they're all pretty tall. I mean, they're Dragonborn, so they're all kind of close to 7 feet tall. The one
Are
in
they
front,
all silver?
They are. These 3 are silver. Yes. The one in front, maybe only. I mean, compared to the others, only like 6'8". And a little on the scrawnier side. Seems to be more of a... seems to be... I don't know. I guess it'd be tough to tell just on look. But not quite as war-ready as the others as far as physical things go. But seems to be fairly studious in attire and demeanor. Yes. You are the ones that I spoke to, yes?
I will answer back in Draconic. Yes, that is us. It was one of my party who messaged you.
Very well. Which of you?
He's back there. The little small gnome. That guy, yeah.
Just could you kindly have him approach and speak? For security.
Yeah, I'll cast message. Mort, you should stay. Mort, come to the front, please.
Paging Mortimer.
Nice.
Paging Mortimer, you're needed up at the conversation. Paging Mortimer.
Mort will move his tiny feet as fast as he can to get up there.
Awesome.
Hello.
Yes.
It is I, Mortimer.
The pleasure.
It is not.
I am Nerkalar. Thank you. That is good. Thank you.
Dan, whenever I speak to them, I'm only going to be speaking in Draconic.
Okay.
I will not translate.
Okay. Or Tara.
Too bad.
Yes. Do you It is an honor to meet you, of House
Oh,
Nicola. Do you speak Common? And actually, let's see if he speaks Common. Yes, Common I speak, and it's a little broken. Delorna then speaks as well, looks over, down the line at the three of you, and back to this individual. Well, you told my wolf that you have more news and perhaps a plan. We wish to aid if we can, if it's a sound plan. And he looks over at the three of you. Yes, a plan. We have.
if you say it in Draconic, I can understand, and I will translate for them.
Let's see. Okay. He continues in Common, but thank you. I appreciate your learning our tongue.
I mean, she's like lowers her hood. She's like,
Oh, okay. Yeah, he gives a sort of
Bronze.
quizzical look. A pleasure. And Draconic,
Likewise.
he says. And then he switches back to Common. Well, yes, as we told your wolf, our champion has returned. We think we can fortify and turn the tides, and you see a little bit of nervousness and panic, come over his face. First, the most pressing information. We three stopped at Halgaran before coming here. I don't know. That probably would have been mentioned as the name of that other clan that was in between Rykari's forces and the capital.
the one that
Was going to be
Would put us in jeopardy.
the last one. Okay,
yeah, not one you've been to yet. It's right, the last remaining one,
the
untouched
last
one.
one.
This Rykari sent others ahead. We engaged. We fought them off as they tried to win over clanspeople. They attacked, and we had to take their lives. They wouldn't cease. But
How did they fight?
with fervor,
Did they use magic, swords?
swords, blunt weapons. But you must be warned. We, while there, discovered Rykari's true goals. His end game. He cannot be allowed to. And he pauses in his track, almost like frozen in time for a moment. And the three of them collapse into the snow. Make a perception check, everyone, if you would. With advantage for anyone standing back.
Advantage for standing back.
Oh, I think Mort, did you go back, or are you back? Are you still up front?
To be honest, I stayed up front.
Okay. I just thought of that after. All right, let's.
That's a 23 for Kaylin.
Woo! Damn, Amelia, you get such high rolls.
My passive perception is 13.
Oh no, is your other one? You're just engaged in this conversation, like. So I know Emil's. I know.
If this was a
Kaylin's.
spell effect, I kind of want to counterspell it.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, this is actually done subtly. Mort?
Oh,
5 and 5 plus 1, 6.
Oh, Right, let me do... I'm sorry. Let me do Devanya and Galithor. I don't want to jip them. I forgot.
Dan, can Kaylin also begin running
Absolutely.
towards them?
Mm-hmm. Perception for Galithor. 2 minus 1. I'm so sorry, Galithor.
Oh,
I don't know why anyone lets me roll. They probably wouldn't.
Nope.
It's just Ed.
Yeah. All right, perception. Ooh, okay, Devanya's got a really high modifier and a good roll. Okay, all right. So she got a 21 in total. So, Devanya, Kaylin, and Emil. While the others are sort of focused on these 3 individuals just pausing and dropping to life, the 3 of you watch as Delorna takes several steps back from the group. In the snow, this circular depression about a foot wide appears in the snow around her. She backs up. So Kaylin, as you approach, you would see this, of course, as well as Emil. Emil, are you approaching or watching from afar, or from your perch? Oh, you would have been close because you would have been right next to Tara.
Oh, was Tara up front?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
No.
I think I missed that.
You're still A-okay with your thing. Sorry, you still saw it. Your both your rolls were really good.
Okay, no, just I had meant to hang back in the second group,
gotcha.
but I had included in that Tara was up front. So
Gotcha. Okay, so you hung back, and
I hung back with the dogs, we'll say. Cause...
Nice. All right. Would you like to continue doing so as you see this?
As she drops back,
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm gonna do actually?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much time I have. There's 2 things I want to do. The first thing I'm going to do is... Well... No, because Tara's too far away. I can't signal her. I'll just cast Minor Illusion, but do nothing with it yet, because I've got a minute to take advantage of it.
Okay. All right. Is there something else you want to do in conjunction, or are you going to wait?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Kaylin, you're approaching. Since you're taking the next action, what would you like to do as you approach seeing this?
I'm just positioning myself between the 2 of them and Erinwin.
Okay. Erinwin, you see Kaylin approach. You wouldn't have noticed Delorna yet, but you'll see these 3 Dragonborn. There's like sort of a black ooze kind of pouring out of their mouths now. No chests breathing it out. They're dead.
So they drop, and she's going to turn and look at the 2 Tensor wizards, the 2 from the university.
Oh, Tara.
She's going to look at Tara and Delorna.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't remember names.
No problem.
They're 2.
No problem.
Okay. The 2 I suspected and didn't want to be there. Gosh dang it! I had reasons.
You turn to Tara, who's just in shock, and then you turn to Delorna, who's like taking a few steps back, preparing yourself. You see that, as you look, you see that in the snow there's this strange foot-wide sort of circle in the snow around her.
Is that a spell? Is she casting something right now?
That was her second subtle.
That was her second subtle spell.
Mm-hmm.
Can I counterspell it?
She's effectively already cast it.
Yeah, it's already cast. Okay. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna cast Hold Person on her.
Okay.
So she needs to make a Wisdom saving throw. The DC 19.
Okay. Where is the thing? I just have to check one of her things to see what she's going to do.
And I will put a sorcery point in that to cast it subtly too.
Oh, nice. Okay. Haha. Yeah.
No! So I've got a rune glowing.
Okay. And it was a wisdom?
Wisdom saving throw DC 19.
Okay. Oh, a 19. Does that fail or is it the same?
Oh, did she roll a 19?
She got a 19 with her modifier.
She succeeded.
Okay, you see her lock up a little bit, kind of push through. And you see the bluish energy in her crystalline form start to not rage, but push through and pump through her system faster and faster, almost taking on a bit of a little reddish hue inside.
At this point, I'll use Minor Illusion to yell pretty much as loud as the illusion spell will let it go. Tara, be careful.
Okay, Tara snaps out of it. And, oh yeah, she sees Delorna and readies some weapons she didn't see before, very well hidden, pulls out a couple of daggers held back, along the forearm. What is the meaning of this?
She was the traitor. She is the traitor.
Oh, she takes one dagger and throws it at Delorna. Plink! Planks off an invisible wall of force. Plink! Delorna looks over. Oh, why did they have to find out? They ruined... Oh. She spits over toward the bodies. I had a lot more information I needed to get. No matter.
Any chance of throwing an attack in here?
What has happened to rain and blueberries?
Nice.
Blissfully unaware.
Yeah, sorry, Emil, you wanted to attack, he said?
Yeah,
Go for it.
if I'm in range to throw a dagger, I can throw my dagger of binding at her.
Oh, nice.
That's a nice idea.
Oh man, that's so cool. You pull it out of the one of the sheaths in your the chest wrap that you carried in. I can't even think of the name because I'm all up in my head over this.
Bandolier.
Thank you. And throw it. But again, it hits a seeming invisible wall of force, and falls just outside of that, about foot-wide depression in the snow. You would attack me.
Okay, I need to run to get to that circle, but I don't know if I can make it in time.
Oh, and you can
Because I have
use your dash for your bonus action for freebie dash or something. I forget what the rogue side can do.
Yes, I can dash as a bonus. I think I'll look that up.
Oh, not that you have
Yes,
to.
you
but-
can.
Anyways,
Okay.
Yes, you can
my
dash.
secondary plan
Yeah.
is I want to put something inside that circle. So
Okay.
that she can't get into it.
Okay. So
I don't know if I can make it in time, but
you can run up there. Yeah, I think you're not that far away. That with a dash, you wouldn't be able to make it there. Mm-hmm.
because I'd like to put my immovable blade to block her getting into that circle.
I'm sorry. She's inside. Whatever the circle was, she subtly cast it around.
She's already in it already?
Sorry. Mm-hmm.
I thought she was backing towards it.
Gotcha. She's within it, sort of backing up, just readying in case.
Okay, and the first blade bounced off of that circle.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Do I get any, or is it still? I'm still dazed and confused.
Yeah, no, go ahead, Mort. I think that by now you would have. I mean, especially with the minor illusion from Emil.
Tell me you have disintegrate.
I do, but I want to try something else. Well, let me look up disintegrate first. Oh no, I don't have disintegrate. You're right. I don't have disintegrate. So I am going to go big or
Devanya
Oh,
go
does.
home.
Devanya has disintegrate.
Oh no. No.
Where is Devon? Yeah, she's in the back.
Let's
group.
let
yeah,
Mort
yeah,
take his
Mort,
turn
do
and do
your thing.
what
Yeah.
Mort's gonna do.
Yeah.
Frank has
Sorry.
something in his head. Let him go.
Yeah.
Anxiety.
I
I'll
just
mute. I'll mute right now.
Dan, if you ever roll bad, roll now. I am going to cast mental prison on her.
Oh, interesting. Let me just scope it out.
It's an intelligence saving throw. You got to beat a What's my DC on that?
Mental prison.
Da, da, da. Oh, dramatic chipmunk.
18. Intelligence check, 18.
Okay. Let's see.
Natural one.
Ah, okay. This one. Yeah. This one's juicy. All right. Let me just see what her because she has some handy advantages on magical things. So. Oh, let me roll first and then see. Woo! Okay, well, she got a 19 plus her intelligence modifier. But I think a 19 beats it anyway, right?
Yeah, but she still takes damage.
Nice. Okay, roll that beautiful damage. Because that'll go
She
through.
takes 5d10 damage.
Make it happen more. Bring the pain.
You know, I'll just roll it in the
Okay.
My anxiety,
damage.
not knowing what is happening back at the camp.
Yeah, tra-la-la-la. The
Oh
goulash
God,
is
rolled
tasty.
outside.
Nice. What we get? Ooh,
Better than average, 30.
30. Nice. All right.
Is that half though?
No, she takes 5d10 regardless.
Mm-hmm.
If she failed,
It'd be
this
10.
would have been it would be another 10. This was a nasty spell if she fails.
Yeah.
This is what happens if she fails. She cannot see, she cannot hear, she cannot move.
Nice.
She is terrified. She is surrounded by her worst nightmare.
Oh man, that would have been fun to play out.
Oh,
Ah. Okay.
And if someone pushes her out of the space she's standing on, then she takes 10d10 damage.
Nice.
If she chooses to leave the spot she's occupied. Man, if she misses that, it's a big one. But anyway,
anything
Okay.
misses that.
Yeah,
Holy
that's amazing.
Whoa.
You would cast at me. You'll all get yours soon enough. She kind of, gives a glance over, and everyone. Let's see who's she gonna. Let me just do a quick roll for her to see what she's going to. Okay.
Is this her turn?
Yeah, effectively. Yep.
Okay.
It's and that she's gonna be chatting a bit. It's monologue time. Not really. I rolled to see what she'd say, but she's aware of the danger she's in, but being haughty-taughty. Leave you all to Rykari. I have work to do here. And let's see. All right, and that takes 2 points. Let me check this spell quickly.
No.
I want to counterspell it.
She loves her subtle spell. She sort of does it as she's talking. But I just need to see the cast time. Okay. Nice.
Knowing
You will not-
counterspell myself, can I have a chance to see this?
Not with the subtle. I'd hate to break the integrity of it. Yeah.
No, it's fine. I just thought I would ask.
Nice. Yeah, doesn't hurt. You will never lay a finger on the Devoness. Boom. Bamps out.
No.
The
Wait.
snow falls back into where that spell was.
Wait, where does she vamp back to? That is the question.
Balin will draw one of her short swords onto Tara.
Mhm.
Did you have any idea of this?
No. She'll lower her weapons cautiously.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Down for with us?
I want to inside check it as well.
Natural 20.
Emil is going to place himself between
-1.
the party and Tara.
Sam.
19.
Oh, hang on. Okay. What's that, Emil? You're gonna...
Emil is going to place himself between the party and Tara.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
No, I'm ashamed that I didn't No, it was her, and she is being genuine, Aaron.
She'll draw her sword. I mean, put back her sword.
Okay.
Sheath.
Sheath it.
Okay. Tara does the same. Thank you, Emil. Okay.
We need to contact the Runekeeper now.
Yes. Immediately. She's had... By the god, she's had contact with him this whole time? We need to contact... yes. That, and...
The camp.
Yes.
The wizards at the camp. Are they working for her?
They
What
came
about
on-
Rain and Blueberry?
We need to head back to the camp. I'll send message mentally. I will send... By the gods, we don't have many options. And she goes...
We don't. Erinwin's gonna grab the body of the Dragonborn who was talking to us, and bring it with us, knowing that Rain can talk to the dead.
Nice.
Let's go back to the camp.
Yeah.
Back to the camp now.
And more?
I am more than familiar with the camp, right? Where it was.
Oh, yeah, yep.
So I'll tell everyone to gather around.
Mm-hmm.
Can I include the dogs? Oh boy. Teleport?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, probably there's too many to get the dogs, but you could get the party, including Tara. You could tell the dogs go back if you wanted to
Just
try.
in case, it's time of the essence.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look at Erwin and Kaelin. Hurry or run it?
Galen will go over to the dogs and try to tell them to go back.
Go find Blueberry. Go find Blueberry. Tell the dogs. Go find Blueberry.
You can both make an animal handling check.
Yes.
Oh, I'm actually good at
that
this.
didn't work. It's like a 5, probably.
Crap. 9.
Okay.
9.
Yeah, well, they're sniffing butts and just hanging out. They're
You want me to? I can drive it back.
Okay. All right. This will be...
Leave you behind.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
You know what? I mean, you could probably start... I mean, I'll say that you can at least get them heading in the right direction and then hop off the thing and they just keep going. If you want, get them moving and then hop off the sleds and they'll probably go back to
I'll
camp.
get them going and then I'll just fly back. It's fine.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's pretty quick timing. I'm going to say to discuss it and get it set up maybe half a minute because it's only 6 seconds to cast. So maybe half a minute total to get that, everyone grouped up and such. In that time...
It's been 2 hours since we left.
Back at the camp.
Meanwhile, back at the camp.
Yeah, Rain and Blueberry are there, and their friend Archivist Delorna shows up from behind a tent.
What?
We've had some success. Your friends will return soon. I came ahead. Please. They sent me ahead with this for you, and she puts down a little wooden box. I will must send word back to Tensor. I will return shortly.
Can I cast Zone of Truth?
I don't know if you'd have any idea about it. She's been a friend so far.
Okay, then. Second question, can I inside check?
Yeah, okay.
Big roll.
Yeah.
Can I sniff the box just because it might have food in it? I don't know.
Oh, what do you want to do with the box?
I just want to sniff it to see if it's got food in it. I didn't have breakfast.
Okay.
No!
Make I guess, just a perception check to see what you sniff in it, Blueberry. Oh no, Rain, what'd you get? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Doesn't Blueberry get advantage on sniffing checks?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Because I got 29 total.
Yeah,
Wow, natural 20.
plus 9. Oh, beautiful. Okay, what did you get,
10.
Rain? Oh,
10.
yeah, no.
I rolled a 2.
She's
Keela put me down.
Oh, brutal. Yep, she's on the up and up. Okay.
I just give her a like a scowl.
Okay. And she walks behind the tent to bamf out. Not that you know, but she's, going back.
Can I just follow her?
You can if you think you would, but since you've been kind of standoffish, I know that she's bad, but I don't know that Rain would. But if you really want to, go ahead.
Suspicious. Has had suspicions of her.
Okay. Yeah, you follow her. Blueberry, there is something. You've smelled poison before, and there's something particularly heinous in this box. You get a whiff of that, and you look up, and you're watching Rain walk away behind a tent with a person that left poison in a box, and that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Wait.
No.
Did.
Yeah.
How much do I have to donate?
Can I do something real quick? Can I just...
It depends.
Do I see Arthur Stilleros vamp out?
Not just yet so far.
Okay.
It's been like 15 seconds. There's another, 15 or so before the party gets here, so she knows that they might be soon. She's going to bamf out, but she may or may not notice you and have to deal with that,
Oh, no.
So, but we'll find out next week on that. Yay!
Hey, Dan.
All right, where's the Dana they moved?
Yeah, can we spam Dana in the chat, please?
Awesome. Oh.
I knew it.
Whew. Well, we're making...
Ooh.
And now you all. It's not paranoia if I'm right.
That's amazing.
No, Sam, you're not the only one.
Yeah, we're getting somewhere with unraveling this whole mystery. We're starting to tug at strings of endgame stuff, just so you know. We're tugging at those strings finally. I'm so stoked. Let me just fix a couple of names.
Like in Endgame?
Yeah, some of the endgame stuff is tied into some of the things that are happening here now. So you're making some grounds.
I'm gonna go, guys.
Oh, okay. I'm so
Alright.
sorry, Beth. Have a great night. Thank you so much for sticking out with us.
Let's just hope. Let's just hope nothing happens.
Yeah, no kidding. So,
On that note.
yeah.
No,
awesome.
Horsey, don't say that. No, I'm not gonna roll another character. No. No.
Awesome.
We have plot armor.
Nope.
Actually, mine's probably worn off right now.
Hopefully
and
she's
thank you,
not
Danny,
killed.
for those 500 boots.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Danny. Awesome. Yes.
Nice.
Thank you for the cheer. Oh, all right. So,
Yeah, 500 boots.
Just handed about. I love that so much.
No cliffhanger.
So,
That's what he said.
For anyone that's new, this is our Friday night campaigns. Hooray, it's Friday night. I completely forgot, aside from all the, the fact that we're playing this tonight. Stormfall. Clearly, it's our intense... I just like to call it I think I'm switching from drama to intense campaign.
It's
suspenseful.
So
There's highs and lows and everything in between. It's a beautiful, beautiful show. Especially if you like roleplay. Yeah, nice. So you can catch us every Friday night here on Madbird Streams from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. And then every Sunday night, we have our sort of exploratory conspiracy theory campaign, extra silly and extra naughty, campaign Obsidian Scar, that runs every Sunday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. And now we have Steph's new campaign every Monday night, yes, called The Forsaken. And we don't have a summary yet because we've just had the one amazing premiere session last week. So check that out. That's every Monday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. And then every Tuesday night, we have our all-evil player companion, Kira's Lament, that also runs, again, every Tuesday, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. please consider following us here. And if you want to catch any of these episodes, you popped in late, or you just want to get caught up and be like, wow, you're on episode 105. Cool. What's happened so far? I've got 3 weeks to spare. Then you can go back and watch all of the previous episodes of any of our shows there over on our YouTube. Or you can, of course, consider subscribing there and staying up to date with all our new content. Got a talk show coming up here in the next month and a half at the most. And where you can ask us questions from all our campaigns. We'll have different guests from Mixed each week from the different campaigns, and we'll have fun. Okay, so, and for anyone that's subscribed, it's new that goes gifted a sub or ends up subbing. When you sub, you get an inspiration die that is currently a D14, and you can give that to a player from any campaign. You have it for the entire month. You give it once. And you can pick a player to give it to, or an NPC. No one's done an NPC yet, much to my chagrin.
Dan, did you
He keeps pushing it.
Nice.
Why?
Players are just amazing and so lovable, and we just don't want anything to happen to them.
Did
so I
you
totally get
did
it.
you say D14?
Yeah, I mean that's what it works out to. Yeah, so it's like a D10 and a D4, and then you add them.
Oh, okay.
I'll propose something
I
instead
was
of.
so confused. I was like,
Wait,
Huh?
what?
what?
I don't have one of those. Yeah. What's that, Mort?
I was thinking you can inspire an NPC or maybe like a D6 Bane on the NPC.
Yes, you're absolutely right. You can do anything with this. It's ability scores, attacks, and decreasing enemies' attacks or decreasing their checks, their save. The rolls they do against things to make them fail stuff.
Don't forget that, chat. We need that.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, and it comes in handy. And
It's chat luck.
right, yes.
Chat luck.
It's the very least we could do too for all your awesome support. And thank you all just for being here. That's support in itself. For everyone that tweets and certainly everyone that is able to subscribe like that and cheer. From no matter what form of support, we appreciate it, and you're awesome.
Half Donut, I don't know if you saw in chat. It's the start of next week to give the inspiration die to me.
Oh, nice.
Great.
Okay, good.
Great.
Hang on to it. Yeah, you're probably gonna need it.
Dang it, I had the inspiration.
Oh, that's right. Oh. Maybe I'm one of those insight checks.
Great! No, it wouldn't have done anything because I rolled like terrible.
Oh, that's
The only good roll I
amazing.
had was that nat 20 at the end. All
Nice.
night.
-1.
Nice.
Yeah,
minus
-1.
Awesome. Oh, and stay tuned. Curious Lament this week. I'm going to have a better feel for when a big plot point's going to happen. Thaxel in that campaign has been pursuing this undead baddie that massacred her family, one of the two. Anyway, there's a good chance that not this week, but the following week, she's going to be able to finally have that confrontation, that she'll either be dead or have the phylactery and ready to summon his body to it. Give hope for good things to happen.
Does she know that possibility?
Possibly. I mean,
Spoilers.
we'll have to see. No, she knows. I mean, they're on the trail. They're almost there. This Tuesday, there'll be an obstacle. Surprise. And then possibly next week. So I might even be doing some giveaways. Not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. Some more dice and some things like that. Anyway, we're late. Thank you all so much. Players, amazing tonight. Oh my gosh, your role play and gameplay is so fantastic. You all rock. I'm just going to give some hearts to you players.
You rock, Dan. Thank you.
It's just a haircut. Thank you, Steph. That's really sweet. And viewers, amazing. Thank you all so much for being here and just being so lovely and entertaining and engaged. It really just elevates the whole thing so much. So thank you, hearts, for viewers too. Okay. I'm done. I'll get off my soapbox. Have a wonderful night, everybody. And we'll catch y'all soon. Bye.